Hello, welcome back everyone to the Linguasphere Academy Podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sam, right here with you. So glad you're with us again.
You know, Sam, I was thinking about how we learn best. When I was a kid, I didn't learn from textbooks. I learned from stories. My grandmother telling me about her childhood, my father telling funny stories about his work, my friends telling me about their crazy weekends.
That's so true. Stories stick with us. A grammar rule? You might forget it, but a good story, you remember it forever.
Today, our topic is learn real-life English through stories, and we're going to do exactly that. We're going to tell you stories, funny, real, everyday stories, and teach you the English inside them.
Because language is not just words, it's how people talk, how they react, how they make each other laugh, and stories are the best way to learn that.
We'll tell you short, funny stories about everyday situations, getting lost, ordering food, meeting people, making mistakes, and we'll explain the useful phrases and vocabulary along the way.
By the end of this episode, you'll have learned real, natural English through stories that will stick with you.
As always, we'll speak clearly and keep it friendly. This is like sitting with friends, listening to funny stories and learning without even realizing it.
So get comfortable. Let's start with our first story.
Story number 1, the coffee shop confusion.
Oh, I love this one. Tell it.
So, a friend of mine, let's call him Ahmed, had just moved to London. His English was okay, but he was still nervous about speaking. One morning, he went to a coffee shop. He wanted to order a coffee. Simple, right?
Seems simple.
He walks up to the counter. The barista, a young woman with a big smile, says, "Hi there. What can I get for you?"
Okay, that's easy.
Ahmed looks at the menu. So many options. Latte, cappuccino, Americano, flat white. He panics a little. He points at one and says, "I'll have this one."
This one, classic.
The barista smiles and says, "The cappuccino. Great choice. What size?"
Okay, he can handle that.
Ahmed says, "Medium, please." So far, so good.
He's doing well.
Then the barista asks, "Would you like that for here or to go?"
Ah, the classic question.
Ahmed thinks she asked, "Would you like a cat to go?"
A cat?
He's confused. Why would she ask if he wants a cat? He looks around. No cats in the coffee shop. He says, "Sorry, a cat?"
I can just picture his face. A cat?
The barista looks confused too. No, for here or to go. Ahmed finally understands. Oh, for here. Yes, for here. No cat.
No cat. I'm laughing just thinking about it.
They both laugh. Ahmed gets his coffee. He still tells that story years later.
Now, let's learn some useful phrases from this story.
First, what can I get for you? That's what the barista said. It means, what do you want to order?
You can answer, I'll have, or I'd like. I'll have a cappuccino. I'd like a latte, please.
Second, for here or to go. Very common question. For here means you'll drink it in the shop. To go means you'll take it with you.
Third, great choice. That's a friendly way to say, good decision.
Fourth, when Ahmed was confused, he said, "Sorry, a cat?" That's how you ask for clarification. "Sorry, what did you say?" "Sorry, I didn't catch that."
Making mistakes is part of learning, and sometimes they make great stories.
Okay, story number 4, the wrong bus.
Oh, this is a good one. Tell it.
My friend Layla was new to the city. She needed to take the bus to her English class. She looked at the bus stop sign. It said, "Bus 42 goes to the city center." Perfect.
Seems straightforward.
She gets on bus 42. She's proud of herself. She's navigating the city in English. She's learning.
Love that feeling.
After about 20 minutes, she looks out the window. Nothing looks familiar. She thought the city center would have tall buildings, shops, and people. This place has trees and houses and a park.
Oh, no.
She realizes she's going the wrong way. She asks the person next to her, "Excuse me, is this bus going to the city center?"
What did they say?
The person smiles and says, "No, this bus goes the other way. You're going to the suburbs."
Oh, Layla, she got on the bus going the wrong direction.
She had to get off, cross the street, and wait for the bus going the right way. She was late for class, but she never took the wrong bus again.
Let's learn from this story.
First, excuse me, is this bus going to? A very useful question when you're traveling.
You can also ask, does this bus go to the city center, or is this the right bus for the city center?
Second, when you make a mistake, you can say, I'm going the wrong way, or I think I got on the wrong bus.
Third, the person answered, no, this bus goes the other way. The other way means the opposite direction.
Fourth, suburbs are the residential areas outside the city center, not downtown.
Making mistakes is how we learn. Layla will never forget the difference between downtown and the suburbs now.
Okay, story number 3, the pronunciation problem.
Oh, I love this one. This is about me, actually.
Tell us, Sam.
When I first moved to an English-speaking country, I was very careful about pronunciation. I practiced every word. One day, I went to a shop to buy some new shoes. I found a pair I liked. I wanted to ask if they had them in my size.
Okay, that's simple.
I practiced in my head, do you have these in size 7? Perfect. I go to the salesperson. I say very clearly, do you have these in size 7?
And?
She looks at me. Then she looks at the shoes. Then she looks at me again. She says, you want them in size sex?
Sex? She thought you said size sex.
Yes, I was so embarrassed. I said, no, 7, S-E-V-E-N. She understood. She got me the shoes. But I will never, ever mispronounce 7 again.
Let's learn from this story. First, do you have these in size? That's how you ask for shoes or clothes.
Second, when someone doesn't understand, you can say, let me spell it. S-E-V-E-N.
Third, you can also say, I'm sorry, my pronunciation isn't perfect. People are usually very kind.
Fourth, this story shows that even when you make a mistake, people want to help you. No one laughed at Sam. They just wanted to understand.
Okay, story number 5, the restaurant disaster.
Oh, I know this one. Tell it.
A friend of mine, Hassan, went to a restaurant with some coworkers. He was new to English and a little nervous. The server came to the table and asked, "What would you like to drink?"
Easy enough.
Hassan wanted water, but he was so nervous that he said, "I'll have a glass of hot water."
Hot water? In a restaurant? They serve tea, coffee, soda, but hot water?
The server looked confused. Hot water? Hassan nodded. Yes, hot water.
So the server brought him a glass of hot water. Just hot water, no tea, no lemon, nothing.
His coworkers were trying not to laugh. One of them leaned over and whispered, "You can just say water. Cold water is normal."
Poor Hassan, he drank his hot water and learned that day, water is usually cold unless you say hot water for tea. Let's learn from these stories.
First, what would you like to drink? That's what the server asks.
You can answer, I'll have water, please, or can I have some water, or just water is fine.
Second, if you want tea, you say, "I'll have tea, please," not hot water.
Third, when you make a mistake, it's okay to say, sorry, I meant cold water.
Fourth, your friends or coworkers will usually help you. They want you to succeed.
Now, story number 5, the elevator problem.
This one happened to me, actually.
Tell us.
I was in a tall office building, going to a meeting on the 14th floor. I got in the elevator with a few other people. The doors closed. I pressed the button for 14.
Okay, normal.
Nothing happened. The elevator didn't move. I pressed it again. Still nothing. I started to panic a little. I thought the elevator was broken.
Oh no.
I looked around. Everyone was looking at me. A woman pointed to a small slot next to the buttons. She said, "You have to put your key card in first."
A key card, of course. In many office buildings, you need a key card to go to certain floors.
I didn't know. I was new to the building. I put my card in the slot. I pressed 14. The elevator moved. Everyone smiled.
Let's learn.
First, you have to put your key card in. That's how you explain how something works.
Second, if you're confused, you can say, "Sorry, I'm new here. How does this work?"
Third, you can also say, "Is there a trick to this?" Trick means a special way to do it.
Fourth, most people are happy to help when you ask.
Now, story number 6, The Lost Tourist.
This is a classic. A tourist in a big city needs to find the museum. He sees a local person and asks, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the art museum?"
The local person says, "Sure. Go straight for 2 blocks, turn left at the traffic lights, and you'll see it on your right. You can't miss it."
The tourist thanks him and walks off. He goes straight for 2 blocks. He turns left at the traffic lights. He looks right. No museum. He goes back to the local person. "I'm sorry, I couldn't find it. Can you explain again?"
The local person looks a little embarrassed. "Oh, I'm sorry. I gave you the wrong directions. It's actually the other way. Go straight for 2 blocks, turn right at the traffic lights, and it's on your left."
The local person gave wrong directions. The tourist finally finds the museum. He laughs about it later. Even locals make mistakes.
Let's learn.
First, can you tell me how to get to? That's how you ask for directions.
Second, you can't miss it. That means it's very easy to find.
Third, if you're lost, you can say, "I'm sorry, I couldn't find it. Can you explain again?"
Fourth, I gave you the wrong directions. Even locals make mistakes sometimes.
Now, story number 7, the party invitation.
A friend of mine, Yusuf, was invited to a party. He was excited to practice his English. The host said, "Feel free to bring a friend if you want."
Nice invitation.
Yusuf thought, "Feel free to bring a friend? That's nice." He invited 3 friends.
3? The host said a friend.
Yusuf arrived at the party with 3 friends. The host looked a little surprised, but was very nice. "Oh, you brought friends. The more the merrier."
The more the merrier means more people is better.
Later, Yusuf learned that a friend usually means 1 friend, but the host was kind. He didn't make Yusuf feel bad.
Let's learn.
First, feel free to means you are welcome to. Feel free to bring a friend. Feel free to ask questions.
Second, the more the merrier. That's a common phrase when you have guests.
Third, if you're not sure, you can ask, "How many people can I bring?"
Fourth, people are usually understanding. If you make a mistake, they will be kind.
Now, story number 8, the wrong order.
This happened to me. I went to a restaurant and ordered a salad. I said, "I'll have the garden salad, please."
Simple.
The server said, "Would you like dressing on the salad?"
Dressing is the sauce on salad.
I said, "Yes, please." She brought my salad. It had blue cheese dressing. I don't like blue cheese.
Oh no.
I was too shy to say anything. I ate the salad anyway. It was not my favorite.
You should have said something.
I know. I learned that day. It's okay to speak up. You can say, "Excuse me, I ordered garden salad. What dressing is this?"
And if it's not what you wanted, you can say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't like blue cheese. Could I have a different dressing?"
The server would have been happy to fix it. Restaurants want you to enjoy your food.
Let's learn.
First, what dressing is on this salad? That's how you ask.
Second, could I have a different dressing? That's how you ask for a change.
Third, "I'm sorry, I didn't realize." That's a polite way to say there was a misunderstanding.
Fourth, don't be shy. It's okay to speak up when something is wrong.
Now let's review all the useful phrases from our stories.
At a coffee shop, what can I get for you? I'll have a cappuccino. For here or to go? Great choice.
On the bus, "Excuse me, is this bus going to the city center?"
No, this bus goes the other way. I think I got on the wrong bus.
At a shop, "Do you have these in size 7?
Let me spell it. S-E-V-I-N.
At a restaurant, "What would you like to drink?"
I'll have water, please. Sorry, I meant cold water. Could I have a different dressing?
In an elevator, Sorry, I'm new here. How does this work?
You have to put your key card in.
Asking for directions. Can you tell me how to get to the museum?
Go straight for 2 blocks, turn left at the traffic lights. You can't miss it. I'm sorry, I couldn't find it. Can you explain again?
At a party, feel free to bring a friend. The more, the merrier.
Now, here's your challenge for this week.
Tell a story about something funny or confusing that happened to you in English.
Think about a time you made a mistake, got confused, or learned something the hard way. Those are the best stories.
Write it down in English. Use some of the phrases we learned today. Then come back and tell us in the comments.
We'd love to hear your story.
We read every comment. Your stories make our day.
Remember, mistakes are not failures, they're stories, and stories are how we learn.
Thank you for spending this time with us. We'll be back next week with another topic.
Until then, keep making mistakes, keep telling stories, and keep learning.
And hey, before you go, if you enjoyed these stories, please hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it means we can keep sharing more stories with you.
Yes, please, and leave us a comment with your own funny story. We'd love to hear it.
We read every comment. Your stories make our day.
Subscribe, comment, share. It helps more people learn English through stories.
Thanks again, everyone. Now go tell someone a story.
Bye.